20-minute drive from St. Thomas. And yeah, St. Thomas is kind of like Elmer's drug-addicted pregnant cousin. You following me here? And I actually tried to say that joke in St. Thomas, and before I could finish, all you'd hear was, "Hey up, pregnant! Hey, I'm on drugs!" And that was the same person. And what really bothers me about St. Thomas is they held a zombie walk last year, and they're doing it again this year. Apparently it was crazy successful. But I mean, why hold a zombie walk in a town that already looks like the Walking Dead set? I mean, am I right? You guys? No, whatever. Our next comedian has wrote, produced, and he's in the cogs of this show he's producing called Spirit Seekers. It's in production right now. You'll probably be seeing it soon. And I've seen him at Yuck Yucks, and he runs his own show at Norma Jean's. Mr. Vito D'Amico, everybody.
Keep it going for Matt Kerr, everybody. That was an awful fucking intro, but wasn't that just the worst? Wasn't as bad as the last guy. Folks, you ever get so high?
Yes.
I'm asking you, I'm serious. You ever get so high you can't believe the stuff you watch on television? Like Rogers or some cable show? Your buddy calls you up, "Hey man, what are you watching right now?" "Watching a guy carve a duck out of cedar." "Later on, they're gonna put drywall in his basement." "Why am I watching this shit? Why can't I change a channel? God, I'm hungry." The worst is if you're not stoned, if you have no excuse. The other day I ended up watching the Teletubbies. Holy shit, I couldn't change a channel if I wanted to. My wife was in the room. She's like, "What the fuck are you watching?" Then she made the mistake of coming into the room. Now we're both in this demented trance. Teletubbies, man, I couldn't tell you what that show's about. I have no idea. All I know is 2 days later I'm walking the mall, my wife, she turns her nose and goes, "La la." Did they legalize marijuana yet? Have they legalized that here in Canada? Are they? No, not yet. Man, I was watching the news. Do you think they should legalize it?
Yeah.
Woo! You guys are fucking high. I'll tell you why I don't think it'd be a good idea if they legalize it. A couple of years ago, I was driving to a party, smoking a big fat joint. And as we pull up at a set of lights, my joint goes out, right? So I pop in the lighter, wait for the light, wait for 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 the lighter. Lighter pops out, I go through the red light. Crazy shit, kids. I heard on the news, and I'm not making this up. Kids are shoving fucking tampons up their ass full of liquor. Did you hear about that? I'm serious, that they are. And I'm like, wait, like, why? When you fart, it smells like Bacardi? What is it? Is it a new game now? Hey, where you just sit around and go, what was that? Was it fucking blackjack, mulligans? What was that? Huh? Growing up, all we had was acid. Hey, wasn't acid the best? Acid was fantastic. I remember it was like the first, or maybe the 14th time I did it, right? I went to this thing, I don't know if you guys remember, it was called Laser Floyd. Anybody remember Laser Floyd? So me and my buddies, we ended up taking a bunch, and my buddy says to me in the car, he goes, "Are you high?" And I go, "No, I don't feel fuck all." You know when you're super high and you say you don't feel anything? So he's like, here, you need a couple more hits, right? So we took a couple more hits, right? My buddy Jamie, he only took half a hit because he was driving, you know what I mean? So didn't want to fucking be crazy. Well, we ended up going inside. It was at the place called this Planetarium, right? Planetarium. We walk in there, and you ever go somewhere and you see the woman of your dreams? Or you just stop and go, holy shit, I'm in love. You just go, that I'm gonna marry this person, you know? And my buddy Val, he sees it, I'm just, you know, I had a heart on just pounding on my chest, right? And he's like, go talk to her. Go talk to her. I'm like, I can't, man, I can't talk to her. There's no way I can't talk to her. He's like, you're gonna complain in the car on the way home about you never talked to her. Fucking go talk to her. So I go up to her, you know, I say, hi, my name is Vito D'Amico. I think you're absolutely gorgeous. I would love to take you out to dinner, you know, and if I give you my number. And she just smiled, you know, just smiled at me. And my buddy Mark slams into me. He thinks the FBI is chasing him, right? So he's like, come on, babe, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, Mark, would you stop it? You're acting like a fool. You're on acid. It's fucking with your head, okay? There's no FBI, KGB, UFO chasing you. It's the acid, okay? Now go inside, I'll be there in a minute. Stop acting like a jackass. And he says to me, he goes, V, you're talking to a poster. And I was like, fuck, really? It was a Pert Plus poster. Her hair was beautiful. Acid will fuck you up. Leave the ass to the pros. And buddy of mine, he's one of these guys, he just got a divorce. You know, he's like 45 years old, 3 kids, just got a divorce, and he thinks he's, you know, Rico Suave, right? You kids don't know who Rico Suave is. All he talks about is all the women he's had, you know. I want to watch the game, you know. When I'm watching TV, I'm right into TV, you know. All he talks about is all the dates and all the conquests he's had since his divorce. Now he's dating, and he's like, oh, last night I was on this date with this girl. She let me stick my finger in her bum. What the fuck's wrong with you? I don't care if you stuck your finger in some chick's ass. What do I care? Just get your fingers out of my chips. Dating sucks. I can't imagine dating. I remember when you were trying to pick up girls, where would you go? Church, right? This is where there's sluts, we're at church. Right? Dad be going, come to church? Come on. Ready, Pops. It's true. The guys who go to church go get pussy. Never your friends would go, you don't go to a bar to pick up broads. You're never gonna get laid. Go to church. My buddy, I remember growing up, and my hairdresser says to me, she goes, when I had a nice head of hair, she says to me, she goes, you know that Indian girl? She really likes you. I go, Indian? Like Indian? She's like, yeah, Indian. And she was one of those, she was this beautiful Indian girl, right? So I pick her up in my work van, because a stud that I was, right? And I say to her, I go, you know, you want to go out to dinner? She goes, yeah, sure, but I'm a vegetarian. I'm like, that's okay, I'll take you to this place called Fat Phil's, right? I take her to Fat Phil's, and she goes, no, you don't get it, I don't eat meat. I'm like, don't worry, they got chicken wings, don't worry about it, right? Remember, I'm 19, right? So she's not impressed. I see that, and I go, all right, you know, you want to go to the movies? And in the car, in the van, we're driving along, she says to me how much of an animal lover she is. I'm like, yeah, fuck, I like animals too, right? And not making this up, out of nowhere, this bird comes flying along and smashes into my windshield and gets stuck in between the windshield blade, you know, the wipers. And she's freaking out. She's like, pull over. I'm like, why? I hit the thing at like 100 miles an hour. It's done. You know? The little shit starts moving its wings, right? So she's like, pull over. So I pull over, right? I get it out of the truck. I gently, take it onto the wiper blades. I put his little fingers in between my legs there, and he flaps both of his wings, and I show her, right? And she just smiles, right? So I let the little bird go, and a Mack truck just cranes it. And the screams that can be heard on Highway 7. I get in the van, and I'm like, she's like, take me home. And I'm like, do you honestly think I meant to fucking do that? What bird flies fucking straight? They fly up. You ever see a bird? They fly up. They don't go straight. That bird was doomed the day it was hatched. That is the last of dodos. I did it a fucking favor. Okay? That was gonna make the next 5 minutes. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your night.
Another round for Vito D'Amico, everybody. That was awesome.